Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be filming a video about how I lost all my best friends. So people are always asking me like, why are you and such not friends anymore? Why you can't keep a best friend? You always have a new best friend every year. I'm just gonna tell y'all why. So when high school started, my best friend from 7th grade, I think we were best friends in 7th grade. Like I can tell y'all, I don't know if she want me to say everything, but we're just gonna call her Smiley because if y'all know who my best friend was, y'all know who she is anyway. So the reason we stopped being best friends was because, don't take this the wrong way, but she decided she wanted to be gay. It wasn't because she wanted to be gay that we stopped being best friends. It was because the people she started hanging around and the things she started doing, we just started to distance from each other because she's into one thing, I was into another thing. Not saying I was into boys, she's into girls. It just was the people she hung around was into what she was into, you know? She likes to do all this other stuff, and I was still doing other stuff, you know? And I honestly did get caught up into this boy. I can do a story time about him too one day. We're gonna call him Zebra. I was into Zebra, and like, I don't know, me and Smiley just drifted apart. One day we did get into this really big argument, and we sat at the same lunch table, but we were still distant from each other. Like, I started to be more by Tashyla, and she started to be more by Crybaby, and I didn't like her, and I still don't. Well, it's not I don't still like her. I don't care for her still. Like, she wanted to be hanging with Crybaby. I want to hang with Tashyla. And me and Tashyla are still friends, or whatever. So, Smiley and Crybaby were becoming best friends. But as my best friend, you do owe me loyalty. And if I don't like somebody, I'm not saying you don't have to like them, but you shouldn't be all in their face. So that's just how she was. She was a friendly person, and in that point, like, it seemed like she started to turn away from me and be more with Crybaby. So one day, I don't know why, me and Smiley got into a big argument, and I just like, well, you could take my shirt off. Like, we was best friends, we wore each other's stuff and like stuff like that, but we not friends right now, so why are you wearing my shirt? That's kind of how it was. Like, we still, like, we're cool now, we're friends, we are friends. We never really stopped being friends. We just kind of bumped heads, and that's where we wasn't best friends anymore. But I know that if I need Smiley, she's gonna be there for me, and I could talk to her about anything, because we're not just like friends, we was basically family. Like, I spent Thanksgivings with her, Christmases with her, everything like that. Like, her mom was like a mom to me and everything like that. We did everything together. She knew everything about me, I knew everything about her. We even dated best friends at a point in time. It's kind of getting emotional because that was my best friend. So yeah, we're so cool, we're still friends. And yeah, and next to how I lost my second best friend, sophomore year, I had a best friend. We're gonna call her Coleslaw. I don't know. We're just gonna call her Coleslaw. So the reason we stopped being friends was because she did something to me that was grimy. I'm not grimy. Well, at least not to my friends or to my friends' niggas. I'm not gonna be grimy to them. Or, no, I'm just not. So what she did something that was really grimy, and it like tore me up from what she did. I'm probably gonna get emotional about this because a certain situation that happened like after this, but I don't want to mess up my makeup. So anyway, me and Coleslaw met in class, and after that we like immediately clicked. She's the first person I ate Chipotle with. We used to go to Starbucks together. We were just really close. And in 10th grade, Coleslaw had a car. Nobody else in 10th grade had a car. And this is when I first moved to Houston or whatever. Nobody else had in 10th grade had a car. So every day after school, like, we would all ride with Coleslaw. We're gonna call him, the boy I was talking to at the time, we're gonna call him Nathan. And we're gonna call Nathan's friend Cody. So one day we had to have a day of school, and I wanted to stay with Nathan, but Nathan like wanted to be with Cody, and they had gone like another side of town because Coleslaw and Cody lived on the same side of town. So Coleslaw dropped me off at home, and she said, okay, I'm about to drop them off. That's it. That's what she told me. But that's not what happened. In my mind, I thought she was a real friend and that she was going to do what she told me she was going to do. Instead, Coleslaw decided to go over to this dude's house or whatever, who she was talking to. But the thing was, the dude she was talking to was best friends with a dude who did not like Nathan. So, with Nathan in your car, first of all, why would you take him over to somewhere where if they're best friends, they're most likely together. So if he possibly could be there, why would you take him over there, knowing that he don't like him? And the dude was like, he's like the Debo. He was like the Debo. Why would you take him over there? Why? So that's what she decided to do. I don't know if later that night Nathan called me. I don't recall how I found out about this. Actually, I think it was the same day. Nathan had called me, and he told me what happened. He was like the dude put him out the car, and the dude was big. He's like 6 feet something. Nathan's like 6 feet probably. I think he's probably like 5'10", 5'11" at the time. And the other dude is like 6'5". He's big. So he's like, he was fighting him or whatever, and I guess his friend jumped in. Not Nathan's friend, but the other dude's friend who was fighting Nathan. And Cody didn't do anything. Cody is the punk. Cody stayed in the car and he didn't even try to help. Like, Nathan got his shoes took and all this stuff, and I was like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, I want to get your shoes back. The dude who he fought had liked me before, like, we was cool or whatever, so I'm like, okay, you need to get my shoes back. Like, I sent him a message, I'm like, you need to get my shoes back, and he's like, no, and I don't see why you mess with him, and blah, 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 and I'm like, that's not what we talking about, like, give me your shoes back, and he's like, F you. I'm like, okay, F you. That was the last time I ever talked to him. After that, I'm not even going to get into all what happened after that. So, the next day, I was done. Like, that's grimy. Like, why would you take him over there? Like, you want to see a nigga that bad that you gonna take him over there and put my nigga in danger? We supposed to be friends. Don't put my nigga in danger. Don't. That's what you not gonna do. Because, one, that's jeopardizing you. Because if I was crazy, I could have did something to you because I was mad because something you put my nigga in. You put him in that situation. He trusted you, I trusted you, but you messed him over. So, his sister was mad. Nathan's sister was mad. She wanted to fight Coleslaw. Was I gonna stop it? No, I was not. She was right for wanting to fight her, because why would you put her brother in that situation? Like, why would you put him in that situation? That was dumb. And then you want to hang around people who be talking about you to me. And after that, I just separated them. I already had separated myself from them, really, because I wasn't even cool with them like that no more. Coleslaw was still hanging around them. That's her. After that, Nathan was still kind of cool with Cody, but he wasn't as protective as Cody as he used to be, because if anybody wants to fight Cody, Nathan would not let them fight him. Nathan will fight all his battles for him, and Cody did something like that to him. So I was done with everybody at that point. At that point, it's just me and Nathan. Like, nobody better not mess with him anymore. That's basically how it was. Like, leave him alone. I'm keeping him out of mess. He's not going to be around people who will put him in situations like that, and I'm not going to be around people who will put him in situations like that. Because you knew him longer than me. If you would do something like that to him, what would you do to me? So after that, I was done with her. Like, that was it. I didn't ever, anytime I ever see her, I do not speak to her. That was it. Like, no. So I was mad. That's why we're not friends, because I don't hang around grimy people. That's how I lost my best friend. So, I don't know if it was in junior year or what year. I want to say it was sophomore year. It was. I knew April, this green collar April. I knew her since 10th grade. When I first came there, we was in dance class together, and me and April just clicked. We was best friends, and then she met this girl Rachel. They clicked. Then they were best friends or whatever, and we all sat together. So April was into girls or whatever, and I'm not the one to judge. Like, if my friends like girls, they like girls. That's their business. But Rachel, on the other hand, was very judgmental of that, and I kind of feel like that's kind of the reason they fell out. But this is how I lost my best friends, not how they stopped being best friends. So we started getting really close or whatever, and April was at the point where she's like, I don't really want to hang around Rachel anymore. And I'm just like, okay, like, I can't just stop hanging around her because you don't want to hang around her. Like, we are all best friends. And it was to the point where April would text me outside the group message. She didn't want to be talking to Rachel, basically. I'm like, okay. So they were still cordial. They were still cool, but Rachel didn't know that April didn't really want to be her friend like that anymore, but she was still her friend. So Rachel was like, oh, y'all want to come over my house? And April was like, I'm going to be out of town. No. Rachel was like, what are y'all doing this weekend? And April was like, she's going out of town. So Rachel was like, okay. Rachel was like, do you want to, she asked me to come over that day. Like, it was on the weekend. She was like, you want to come over? I'm like, yeah. So I came over her house or whatever. And I think we went to Slaughter Bomb or whatever. And, I probably just went over there. I'm not sure if we went to Slaughter Bomb that time. But anyway, I was over at Rachel's house, and April was like, oh, so y'all just gonna have to sleep over without me? And I'm like, well, this not my house. So I took myself out of the situation. It's not my house. Then Rachel was like, well, you told me you was going out of town, which she did tell her she was going out of town, because I saw the message, like, we was in a group and she was like, she's going out of town. So she's like, I didn't ask you because I thought you were going out of town, but you can still come. So Rachel was being nice. She's like, you can still come over if you want to, because, again, we are all best friends. It's not a big deal for you to come over now. Like, I only just been over for a day. And then April was like, not really want to be my friend either after that, but we were still cool or whatever. So eventually me and April started being friends because she started being friends with somebody she used to always talk about. So I'm like, okay. So me and Rachel were still best friends or whatever. I used to always be over her house or whatever. We used to always be together. And Rachel had got this new friend, and she's like having her hang out with us and all that stuff. And I was already catching bad vibes from Rachel at this time. It was like, I think this was in junior year. I was already catching bad vibes from her, and she would always like talk down on people and think she was better than people. And I'm not one of those people. I don't talk down on people. I don't think I'm better than anybody, because everybody don't have what you have. Like, you don't know what everybody going through, so I'm not the type to judge people, talk about people, none of that. So that night, after me and Rachel had left the movies with the other girl, I saw like she was all nice and being her friend, and she was like distancing herself from me. So I was like, I'm not gonna be her friend no more. Like, I don't care after tonight. And her mom was asking me, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. And I think I was supposed to spend the night, and I just called my mom, was like, can you come get me? And I went home. After that, Rachel had texted me, and I was telling her, like, I had told her before, like, how she talk about people, and I don't like people talking about people. And she's like saying all this stuff like, okay, you're a crybaby, and basically coming at me, saying stuff that she should have told me before. So I'm like, okay, now that we're not friends, you have so much to say, but when we were friends, you could have told me this. You could have told me how you felt about me. Like, I'm telling you how I feel. I've been telling you how I feel. I've been real with you from the jump. Like, whenever you did something I didn't like, I told you. But now you're going to be saying all this stuff to me. And that really hurt my feelings, because I thought you were my best friend, but now you telling me how you feel, how you really felt about me this whole time. So are we friends? No, because I don't like people who don't be real with me. Like, be straight up. And, like, my camera cut off because I know I'll be talking a lot. So the next one we're going to talk about is Maya. So me and Maya were really close, and me and Maya used to do like everything together. And me and Maya knew each other since like 10th grade, but we didn't become friends till like 11th grade. This is when we really got close. So Maya started hanging with fake people. And you know, when fake people hang around, well, real people hang around fake people, whatever, they become fake. That's why I like to keep myself away from fake people so I can remain who I am. Some people aren't strong enough to remove themselves from certain situations. So, yeah. I told Maya things I never told nobody else. Like, we were really close. Like, she was younger than me, but I looked up to her because she was really about her money. And, yeah, like, me and Maya tried to be friends again more than once, and it just don't never work, you know. But it was this last time that it just really was like, wow, like, who are you? Like, you're not even the person I thought was my best friend. I told her something that my boyfriend had said because, like, I was mad at him and I just wanted to know if it was true, whatever. So I asked her, whatever, and she went and told him, whatever. So he was like, why would you tell her? Like, I'm not telling you nothing else. He was lying. Like, he don't tell me anything. So at that point, I'm like, okay, if I can't tell you this, what can I tell you? Like, what else you gonna run back and say if I tell you something else? So I was like, no, I'm not gonna be friends with somebody I can't trust, basically. Like, me and Maya are cool, but we're not friends. Like, I don't have a problem with her or whatever. So on to the next one. We're gonna call her Gia. So me and Gia, we had met in class. You know, we hung out together all the time. Like, we hang out with these two dudes all the time or whatever. Y'all might see her on one of my vlogs. I don't know, because we were best friends, but we're not anymore. And I don't know why we're not best friends. I feel like she just don't know how to talk about her problems because she really doesn't know how to talk about her problems. So I guess that's why we're not best friends. Like, I feel like if she would have talked to me about it, we could have still been best friends, but she didn't. So we're not friends, and we're never gonna be friends again. So people could quit asking me about her and telling me we should be friends, because it's not gonna happen. I believe that sums up all the best friends that I've lost in these 4 years of high school, basically. Do I care? No. Do I want to be anybody's friends again? No. I'm cool with Smiley, so I'm straight. Like, at least I know she's not gonna turn on me and be fake and all that. At least I know I can still talk to her about stuff. So I don't want to be friends with nobody else that I used to be friends with, because I'm gonna leave them in the past. And what really inspired me to do this video, not only because people keep asking me all these questions like, why can't you keep friends, all that stuff that I don't care about. Again, don't ask me no more questions about it, because I just told y'all I'm not friends with nobody no more. If you don't know who it is, well, you better try to figure it out yourself, because I'm not finna go into detail, y'all. If you don't know me, though, and you want to know more about something, just ask me, and I'll try to answer that for you. But Malibu Dollface made this video, and it really made me understand a lot. Some people wasn't ready to go where you going. And it is like, I have friends who wasn't trying to support me in what I was doing. So I know my other friends will support me, and I know that I have their support, but it's just other people wasn't really there for it. So if you wasn't there for it then, you won't be there for it now. So I'm gonna just leave it alone. Like, I don't care. I don't have to have friends. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to share this video, you can. If you sharing it to be messy, you can. I do not care. If you just think it's an interesting story, yeah, just share it because you want to. But I really don't care if y'all sharing it to be messy, because I don't care about nothing. It's not like I made this video to bash anyone. I'm just speaking from my experiences and answering people's questions that they keep on asking me about how come I can't keep friends. So yeah, if you think something's petty, it's really not, because it goes way deeper than what I made it. I didn't want to sit here and talk to y'all for 3 hours about everything that really happened. So again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you show some love, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And again, if I know you, don't ask no questions, because it ain't none of your business, and I ain't never been in your business, so don't be in mine.